There are over 5.4 million carers in England. 49,500 of them live in Buckinghamshire. Without the right support, caring can have a devastating impact. Evidence shows that caring can cause ill health, poverty and social isolation.
My husband and I split up, and that doesn't surprise me in the least because I knew it was coming. He loved this little girl that was born perfectly normal, and suddenly things started to go wrong and he couldn't cope. It meant that I was on my own. And although you've got wonderful friends, and I have got absolutely wonderful friends that have come at a moment's notice, you can feel desolate. You can go for days where you feel absolutely fed up to the teeth.
How we identify carers. Carers often do not relate to the term carer. They are just husband, wife, parent or child.
Yeah, people don't realise they're carers because they think, well, this is what you do. A friend of mine just said, oh, well, we're all carers, aren't we? Because we're all looking after someone, and I thought, well, you don't really understand it fully if you're saying that.
We have established links with many GP practices throughout the county.
Well, we realised that we hadn't identified as many carers as we should. We found out from the CQC protocol that we should actually have about 10% of our patients should be carers, or around that amount, and we hadn't got that many identified. We were approached by Carers Bucks to host some information events at the surgery, and we were fully supported by Val and her team at Carers Bucks to do that, and we ran those events at a PLT afternoon where we could invite the patients along when the surgery was closed.
We have 4 community practice workers based in South Bucks and Woburn Green. Carers Bucks works closely with a wide range of organisations to ensure carers and young carers are identified and given the support they need. We make full use of the internet and social media. Over the past 12 months, we have received 1,216 carer referrals via our website. Information, advice and signposting to partner organisations.
I am a support worker for Carers Bucks. I support family carers in making sure that they are able to carry on looking after their loved ones. It could be emotionally, it could be through supporting them in support groups, it could be just to have a chat with them. If that's what they want, they can come into the office, we'll sit down with them, have a cup of coffee, have a chat with them. We talk through options with them, what they can do for themselves, and where they can get equipment, where they can get other help for their loved ones.
Tailored support for different types of carers.
At Carers Bucks, the working carer support, we can support people with understanding their rights at work, how to request flexible working, taking time off for dependents, and also managing stress in the workplace.
Learning and development. Our hugely popular Caring for You course has been attended by over 80 carers this year.
How did you find the Caring for You course? Because did you do the course itself?
Oh yes, and for me it was reaffirming some of the things that I'd learnt with Mike before. Every single session I learnt something, and I've been a carer for 40-something years, haven't I? And I learnt a lot, how to cope with stress, communication, being assertive. But I think every carer should be strongly encouraged to do it, and I think some of the professional carers could go on it as well.
In addition to Caring for You, this year we have run 14 courses, attended by 372 carers, including computer training, lasting power of attorney, and managing behaviour that challenges. small grants for essential items or stress-busting therapies, benefits advice and help to complete forms.
I normally receive a telephone call from a support worker saying that a client seems to have a benefit need. I will phone the client and do a very quick benefit check on the telephone, and then, if appropriate, arrange to meet the client in Carers Bucks office in Aylesbury or the client in their own home.
Information events and conferences. Carer representation via SUCO, the Service User and Carer Organisation. Stroke Conference. Information events at GP surgeries. Events for carers to have some fun. Carers get-togethers, tea in the marquee, coach trips. Telecare, advice on equipment to help support the carer and the person they care for to live more independently.
I travel throughout the county from Buckingham to Denham doing awareness talks to various groups and also to health professionals. Anybody that wants to listen about Telecare and learn about it and live in Buckinghamshire, I'm quite happy to go out and talk to them.
Support groups. We have 18 support groups in 13 towns from Buckingham to Burnham. Making friends. Learning new skills. Male carers. Support groups.
And then suddenly there was something on in the Aylesbury Methodist Church, I think it is. And I went there and I sat there very quiet all through. And for 2 or 3 times, because I suppose, looking back, I was really depressed about everything. There was something being said, and suddenly it was like somebody had opened a gate and I started to speak. And then I started to cry. And that was because of somebody listened to me and they knew that I couldn't carry on. And my life changed again for the best. So there we go.
We have specialist support groups for carers, covering learning disabilities, mental health, young onset dementia and male carers. There are 166,000 young carers in England. What we do for young carers. We currently support almost 600 young carers aged 6 to 18 who care for a family member with a physical or learning disability, mental illness or substance misuse issues. Support is provided in a variety of ways, but is always tailored to the needs of the young carer. One-to-one support for those in heavier caring roles.
I have one-to-one sessions, like just talk about how I can control stress and anger, and we just go out and socialise and stuff. So it's nice because I never really used to socialise at all. So it's nice to just, get out.
Targeted group work. Fused to address issues and questions surrounding caring for someone with mental health problems and substance misuse. Treasured and Boyzone. Work to improve young carers' self-esteem. Sib Shop, for young carers caring for a brother or sister with a disability. Regular clubs.
Really enjoyable, and there's lots of friendly people too. And if you're ever lost for anything, there's loads of friendly carers. Yeah, it's really fun.
You get to make new friends. Gets me out of the house and gets my dad to have some space. Just being with my friends and knowing that my dad's going to be at home safe for when I get home.
It's fun and it gives me something to do during the week and on the weekends.
You get to take a break and then you get to meet people in similar situations to you who are young carers themselves.
Being able to see my friends and talk about things that I can't talk to people about at home.
Our family support project works with young carers and their families who are struggling to deal with the effects of substance dependency and/or mental illness. Trips and activities giving young carers opportunities to have fun. Horses helping people. Trips to London and Paris. And activity centres. Our core work with carers is funded by Buckinghamshire County Council. Money raised from groups and individuals in the last 12 months is £34,000. Additional fundraising means that we can provide further activities and services to benefit carers. Our amazing volunteers gave almost 3,200 hours last year, equivalent to over £20,000. We have a dedicated and experienced staff team dealing with over 5,000 inquiries a year.